Today we're diving into one of the most frustrating topics in Battlefield 6 right now, aim assist. If you've been missing shots that you swear should have hit, or if your crosshair feels like it's glued to an invisible wall, you're not crazy. Aim assist is acting weird again, and players everywhere are losing their minds. The crazy part? We've been here before. Battlefield 2042 had almost the exact same issue, and now history is repeating itself. But this time, we actually understand what's going on, and I'll show you how to work around it until DICE fixes it. So grab your controller, because by the end of this video, you'll know why the system feels broken, what settings are secretly sabotaging your accuracy, and how to tune everything to actually hit your shots. Let's get into it. Every player on console has felt it. You line up your sights, you're tracking a running target perfectly, and right before you land the shot, your aim slows down like it hit a magnetic field. That slowdown isn't lag. It's the aim assist bubble, and right now, it's way too strong. Here's what's happening. When your crosshair gets close to another player, aim assist is supposed to help you stay on target by slightly slowing your aim. But Battlefield 6's tuning is overdoing it. Instead of guiding you onto the enemy, it's repelling you away. The result? Your reticle trails behind fast-moving targets, especially when they're running perpendicular to you. It feels like the game's actively fighting your muscle memory. Worse, this slowdown doesn't care which target you're trying to shoot. Say two enemies are in front of you. You want to flick to the one aiming at you, but your crosshair passes over the guy running away first. The slowdown locks on him instead, delaying your shot and getting you killed. Low sensitivity players feel it the most because their aim already moves slower. Snipers using high magnification scopes? Forget it. It's like trying to drag your reticle through quicksand. Slowdown itself isn't new or bad. It's supposed to exist. But the balance between slowdown and sticky tracking is off, and that imbalance makes aiming feel random rather than responsive. And if that sounds familiar, it's because we've lived this nightmare before. Anyone who played 2042 knows this song by heart. Aim assist was inconsistent from day one. It felt weak for some, overpowering for others, and almost everyone complained that controller aiming just didn't match PC precision. They patched it again, then broke it in another update. By the time the system finally felt decent, most players had already left, and that's why Battlefield 6's issue stings so much. Because this was supposed to be the generation where they learned. To be fair, the devs have acknowledged the problem early this time. One of the lead combat designers confirmed that two separate bugs are interfering with slowdown and dispersion values, making aim assist behave unpredictably. That honesty is refreshing, but let's be real, players don't want another apology, they want a fix. Slowdown itself isn't new or bad, it's supposed to exist. But the balance between slowdown and sticky tracking is off, and that imbalance makes aiming feel random rather than responsive. And if that sounds familiar, it's because we've lived this nightmare before. In Battlefield 6, you'll see two key sliders under controller settings, infantry aim assist and aim assist slowdown. Here's the catch, these two aren't independent. The main infantry aim assist slider actually combines two behaviors. Sticky tracking helps you stay on target once you're already aiming at an enemy. Slowdown reduces aim speed when you pass over a target. When you raise or lower the top slider, you're adjusting both at the same time. That means if you reduce the main slider to weaken slowdown, you also weaken the sticky tracking effect, which might make tracking harder. The second slider, aim assist slowdown, acts as a modifier of the first one. It specifically adjusts how strong that slowing bubble is without touching the stickiness. Think of it like fine-tuning. The first slider is your master volume, the second is your bass knob. Most players don't know this dependency exists, so they tweak the top slider thinking they're fixing slowdown, but end up breaking tracking too. That's why the game suddenly feels worse after tuning your aim. You're actually nerfing the wrong variable. So, now that you know how the system actually works, let's talk about how to use it to your advantage. Until DICE releases a proper fix, you can work around the problem by adjusting your slowdown gradually. Start with your main aim assist slider at 100%. Don't touch it yet. Then go down to the slowdown slider and drop it by 5%. Play a few matches. If your aim still feels sticky or delayed, drop it another 5%. Keep repeating until it feels natural. Most players find their sweet spot between 75% and 85% slowdown. That range keeps sticky tracking intact, but removes the sluggish bubble effect. You'll know it's working when your crosshair finally cuts through the bubble smoothly instead of dragging behind enemies. You'll still get a bit of slowdown for control, but it won't feel like you're stuck in mud anymore. And remember, don't over-adjust both sliders at once. If you drop the top one too, you'll double reduce slowdown and make your aim twitchy and inconsistent. Keep the main slider maxed unless you're also trying to lower stickiness. These small adjustments might sound trivial, but they can completely change the feel of the game. The difference between 100% and 80% slowdown is night and day when you're chasing someone at full sprint. But settings are only half the story. because your response curve and sensitivity secretly control how strong that slowdown feels. Every Battlefield player has a different feel for aim assist because of one hidden variable: aim response curves. A response curve controls how fast your aim accelerates when you move the stick. A linear curve means constant movement, what PC players get with a mouse. A classic or dynamic curve starts slow and ramps up the longer you push. Here's where it gets tricky. If your curve accelerates too slowly, you'll spend more time in that slowdown bubble, making the aim assist feel stronger. That's why low sensitivity players feel the slowdown more. Their reticle moves slower, giving the game more time to fight their input. If you're struggling, try switching your curve to one from a previous Battlefield, like the BFV preset. It reacts faster at low input speeds and helps you push through the slowdown bubble more easily. Linear is technically the most direct, but it's not recommended for most controller players. It's twitchy and hard to control. Use a slightly faster curve rather than a completely linear one. And don't panic if it feels off at first. Curves take a few games to adjust to, but once your muscle memory adapts, your accuracy skyrockets. If nothing else works, you can bump your overall stick sensitivity up by 2% to 3% at a time. This doesn't magically fix aim assist, but it offsets that sticky wall sensation and lets you push through slowdown more aggressively. Of course, all these tweaks mean nothing if DICE doesn't fix the root cause, and they've already started talking about that. Now that we've talked about how to fix your settings manually, let's talk about what DICE themselves are saying, because surprisingly, they're not ignoring the issue this time. Drunksy, one of the lead combat designers, actually came out and confirmed that the slowdown bug isn't just one glitch, it's two overlapping issues. Both are messing with how dispersion and slowdown interact, making aim assist randomly feel stronger or weaker depending on what's happening around you. That means every time you miss what felt like an easy headshot, it might not be your fault. The code itself is fighting you. According to their latest developer post, the team's already testing adjustments internally to separate the slowdown logic from the tracking behavior. In plain English, they're trying to stop the slowdown from hijacking your aim when two targets are close together or when your FPS dips. They also confirmed a controller tuning update is coming in the next major patch, focusing on stick input smoothing, slowdown intensity, and better aim assist, scaling across different sensitivities. That's a good sign. For once, the developers aren't silent or pretending it's all player perception. They've admitted it's broken and are pushing a hotfix timeline that might land within the next few weeks. But here's the real question. Can they finally get it right? Because if history's taught us anything, it's that DICE can fix aim assist and then accidentally break it again. This is where things get messy. Aim assist in any FPS is one of the hardest systems to balance. If it's too weak, console players feel like they're playing with handcuffs against PC lobbies. If it's too strong, PC players cry foul, saying it's basically aimbotting with training wheels. Battlefield 6 sits right in the middle of that fight. It's crossplay enabled, so both sides are competing under the same roof. That means aim assist has to walk a tightrope, strong enough to help controller players compete, but subtle enough not to feel unfair. The irony is, this whole mess started because DICE tried to make it fair. They adjusted slowdown to make it more skill-based, but in doing so, they accidentally created that rubber band feeling, where your aim slows down so hard it won't catch up. Every game struggles with this. Call of Duty has auto-rotation. Apex Legends uses magnetized slowdown. Halo uses subtle friction. But none of them are perfect. The key difference is consistency. If aim assist behaves the same way every match, you can adapt. When it feels different from one gunfight to the next, your muscle memory collapses. And right now, Battlefield 6's biggest crime isn't being too strong or too weak. It's being unpredictable, and unpredictability kills confidence, which is why so many players are experimenting with every trick in the book to get their groove back. If you browse Reddit or Battlefield forums right now, you'll see hundreds of posts where players are sharing their custom controllers setups like scientists in a lab. Some have found success by lowering their slowdown slider to 70%, raising FOV to 95, and sticking with 1x optics on all weapons. Others swear by the Battlefield 5 response curve, claiming it cuts through the slowdown bubble cleaner than anything else. Then there are the high sensitivity players who go the opposite direction. They crank slowdown up slightly because they move so fast that aim assist can't keep up otherwise. That's the crazy part about Battlefield's system. Two players can have completely opposite solutions and both feel like they fixed the game. That diversity isn't bad. It shows how customizable the controls are, but it also highlights how unclear the default settings are. New players hop in, leave everything at 100%, and then wonder why their crosshair feels like it's dragging through glue. There's even a small group experimenting with portal servers, because those servers still support the old snap assist mechanic from older battlefields. That's the setting where your reticle snaps to the nearest limb when you ADS, basically auto-aim. It's not available in regular matchmaking anymore, thankfully, but it shows how desperate people are to make the game feel consistent again. And all this player tinkering raises a bigger question. Why does this keep happening to Battlefield in the first place? One of the coolest things about this whole situation is watching players turn frustration into creativity. You've got creators building aim assist spreadsheets, making testing maps in Portal, timing slowdown values, and even comparing aim assist strength across consoles. Some of these players aren't engineers, they're just passionate fans who care enough to reverse engineer Battlefield's mechanics themselves. And it's working. Videos breaking down aim assist bubbles and slowdown math are blowing up on YouTube right now. The more people understand why their aim feels weird, the more control they regain. That's the type of content that builds a smarter, tighter community. One that doesn't just complain, but actively improves the game. Even better, developers are watching. Several community-driven fixes from 2042, like the separate slowdown slider and curve options, came directly from feedback videos just like these. So if you're experimenting and sharing your settings online, you're literally shaping how DICE tunes the next patch. And speaking of that patch, it might be closer than most players think. Based on the internal changelogs teased by the devs, the next Battlefield 6 update will target 3 major controller issues. Rebalancing slowdown intensity so it no longer overpowers tracking. Fixing the input delay bug that randomly spikes when 2 targets overlap. Adding a new sensitivity curve labeled Legacy Plus, designed to mimic Battlefield UFI's aim behavior. If those land properly, controller gameplay could finally feel stable. No more random magnetic bubbles, no more inconsistent slowdown, just smooth, predictable aim. And that's not all. Rumor has it they're also testing per-class aim assist scaling, meaning your sniper rifles, SMGs, and LMGs might each have slightly different friction values to match their intended playstyle. That's huge because right now, every gun shares the same slowdown curve, which makes close-range fights with snipers feel like molasses. If these changes hit live servers soon, expect a massive shift in player sentiment. People who shelved the game because aiming felt off might finally come back. Streamers will test new builds. Controller players will feel competitive again. It's the kind of patch that could quietly redefine the entire feel of Battlefield 6. But if there's one lesson the series has taught us again and again, it's that fixes alone aren't enough. Right now, all eyes are on the next major patch. DICE has teased a bundle of changes. Weapon spread tuning to finally stabilize accuracy. A movement update to find that sweet spot between realism and flow. Visibility adjustments once the HDR calibration bug is squashed. If those 3 things land cleanly, Battlefield 6 could shift from potential to perfection. Players aren't asking for miracles, they just want the foundation to feel solid. Because once the basics work, gunplay, movement, readability, everything else becomes icing on the cake. Beyond that, rumors suggest, Season 1 will bring a new map built around vertical combat, plus a complete UI overhaul that adds back missing stats and customization filters. Nothing confirmed yet, but it's enough to keep people excited. The real question is longevity. Can DICE keep this consistency through multiple seasons? Can they avoid the trap of content droughts that doomed earlier titles? If they can keep the communication lines open and continue patching monthly, Battlefield 6 might finally break the cycle that's haunted the series for a decade. And if they do, it won't just be a win for DICE. It'll be a win for the whole FPS community. Think about it. When was the last time a massive AAA shooter earned back respect instead of demanding it? Battlefield 6's redemption arc sends a clear message. Quality and communication still matter more than flashy marketing. You don't need celebrity skins or battle royale crossovers to get attention. You just need to listen and deliver. We've seen it happen before. A good patch cycle, glowing reviews, then complacency sets in. DICE can't let that happen again. They need to stay hungry, keep the dev blogs coming, keep the community updates weekly, keep fixing the small stuff before it snowballs. The worst thing they could do right now is vanish after a win. Players have short memories and goodwill fades fast. If Battlefield 6 can maintain this level of honesty and pace, it could easily dominate the FPS scene for the next few years. And honestly, they deserve it. After everything this franchise has been through, after 2042's disaster and years of memes, to see it running strong again, it's kinda poetic. Which brings us to what this moment really represents. Battlefield 6 isn't just an update story. It's proof that when developers drop the ego and reconnect with their audience, incredible things happen. This launch, this patch cycle, this communication, it's all showing what the gaming community has been saying for years. Listen first, patch second, profit third. Maybe this is the start of a new standard. Maybe studios finally realize that respect is the best marketing budget you'll ever have. Because if a franchise once mocked for broken launches can earn standing ovations for stability, there's hope for everyone else. And at the center of all of it is you. So here's the bottom line. Yes, Battlefield 6's aim assist is broken. Again. But this time, we have control. We know why it feels wrong, how to fix it temporarily, and what's being done to fix it for good. If you've been frustrated, don't give up yet. Play around with those sliders, test your curves, raise your field of view a bit. You'll be shocked how much better the game feels once you find your personal sweet spot. And most importantly, keep the feedback coming. Developers are finally listening. We just need to make enough noise that they don't forget. Let me know down in the comments what settings you're using, and if any of my tweaks helped your aim feel smoother. Drop a like if this breakdown helped, and of course, make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss the next update when the official patch drops. Thanks for watching, stay sharp, and I'll see you all on the battlefield. Peace.